We are live. Send this shit out to Twitter. Where's my channel? Where's my channel? There it is. All right, that's out. What's that? Got it. Chat. That is. What's up, Chadbert?
Howdy. That tank is looking mighty fine.
Thank you.
Looks excellent.
Hey, Christopher John. What's going on?
My bud.
Getting any drawing done?
I'm just now going over dialogue on my book. Just kind of fixing and tweaking and adding, and I took 3 pages of the comic and I condensed 2 of them into 1 page because I thought that it was too drawn out. And I managed to just eliminate 4 panels and then combine it into 1 page. It was like the last 2-3 pages that I had not done all the grayscale, the tones. So, but it's done. It's finished.
Cool. Let's see something.
Boy, pressure.
A preview.
A preview?
Yeah.
All right, just give me a second.
Look at it. Look.
I'll show you
that. Look at this. All these windows, I got to fill up with dames.
Right?
Fill them up with bros. Just so they can be covered in dialogue like that.
Well, you could skip a couple of them. Man, that's a lot of dialogue.
It's a big scene.
Sierra's word happy.
Nah. He gets a good compromise in there. This one just happens to be word heavy because it's a chick. They like talking.
Yeah, they do.
But I don't know exactly how big the balloons are going to be, so I got to fill these windows.
Yeah, are those going to be balloons or text
or
squares? What? Are they going to be balloons or text squares or whatever you call those?
Regular balloons. Eric Weathers is not into that freaky deaky square shit.
He's not. Eric is such a nice guy. Like, I'm surprised he's like does as much as he does. It's amazing, but
seriously,
he must be fast. But, all right,
money.
Yeah, good for him.
This is
well, he was talking to me about maybe getting into animation and that, and I just kind of, part of me was thinking, well, yeah, you can make a living doing it, but look at where you are now. Like, you're on your way up with your indie books, you know?
Yeah.
Do you want to like switch careers now or keep building on what you got? I mean, I love working in animation, and it's always been great for paying the bills, but at the end of the day, I don't own anything. So own your own stuff.
Here, man.
Yeah. Like,
I hear that.
I mean, there's part of me that wishes I spent a little more time working on my own thing and promoting it. But, you know, hindsight.
Yeah. You can't do anything about that now except move forward.
Right. I guess I can share. Let's see if I can get a window open. Well, I might end up sharing a whole lot of my book if I.
That's okay.
That's okay with you.
Yeah. Get people hyped about it now.
Yeah,
Get your
definitely.
toes.
Well, let me. All right, let me pop open this fight scene between Horn Toad and the Phantom, the fighting Phantom. Although that's something I wanna. I would just sit and talk with EVS and John Malin seriously because I called this character the Black Phantom since I was a kid, and he ended up becoming a black guy when I pitched it to BET Animation.
Mm-hmm.
He was
Did they
originally a
change
white
it or
guy.
did you change it?
Do what?
Did they change it or did you change it?
I changed it. It was a really interesting thing because I didn't show the character out of his mask when I pitched it. I pitched it in 2005, and Dennis Cohen, who is really well known for Moon Knight and Luke Cage, Power Man, and Iron Fist, he was in charge of BET Animation at the time, and I'm pitching the story, and he goes, "Well, if you take off the mask, is he a black guy?" And I went, "He can be." And in the meeting, right then and there, because that was how I started off the meeting, I immediately changed and rewrote the story right then and there in front of Dennis Cohen, and he was blown away by the history of the character and stuff. And that's kind of when I realized, oh yeah, Black Phantom, he's not a white guy, he's a black guy. And here's why. And I actually had a story to back it up.
Cool.
And I actually taught Dennis about a part of a World War I history that he had no idea about. And anyway, that's a whole other era. But it's an instance where I could say I created something and the character wanted to be something else.
What's up, 7 of 9?
All right, let's see. I gotta figure out all this StreamYard's baloney. Give me just a minute. I'm having boomer issues.
Take your time. Not like we're live.
Well, I'm trying to open the JPEG through a bridge, and it keeps popping it into Photoshop, and I realize I need to open the JPEG through a folder. So you're on page what now out of all this?
29.
So you have another 30 to go?
Yes, sir. Here's all of them. All the ones that have colored up and the black and white ones. Give people a look at the credits page. Look at this. That's my
Do what?
showing off the credits
Oh yeah,
page.
Sierra Whiskey, Donald DeLay, and Eric Weathers. I think it's really interesting too. It's been brought up, like Comicsgate books are the first, like EVS's books anyway, are the first books that I've seen where the colorist and the letterer get credit on the front page or the cover.
I've seen it in some indie comics, like Scotty Young will put Nate Picos' name on the cover.
Well, yeah, or Dan Baleo, or not Dan Baleo. What was his name? Baleo is his name, but all right.
Yeah, that guy. I say Blue. Jean-Francois Blue.
Do what?
That's
Yeah,
how I
Jean
pronounce his name.
Francois.
Blue.
Well,
Blue.
I have
Like
a
a bear.
friend that is Dan Baleo, and he works at Blizzard, and he's an artist there. So I get,
That's gotta be a sweet job.
I guess, I worked in video games for so long. It just kind of sounds to me like,
Your
Sounds like-
experiences in video games are shit.
it sounds like just another office job to me.
I've only heard you complain about working in video games.
Video games really drains your soul.
I guess it depends on where you work.
Yeah, I've worked on 24 video games in many different studios, and they're all the same. Like I've never ever worked at one that, golly. There we go. I was looking under Chrome tab and not window. Like, all right, now I'm sharing.
Okay. Let's see.
Can you
what
see
we
my
got
screen?
here.
Can you see my screen?
That's pretty cool.
All right, so this is like the first page where the Fighting Fam encounters Horned Toad.
Crack. I love the WTH.
Yeah, well, he's like, oh, I'm out of bullets. What the hell?
But the fact that you put WTH instead of what the hell is great.
Yeah. And then so
Is that purple blood?
for now, no, yes, I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with that, but he's got worms in his body. He's a dead guy.
Right.
So in this shot, you can see he's trying to grab his knife from his side, and that doesn't work.
This looks fucking good, man.
And then here, he gets his arm ripped off. And I was thinking of making the worms all look like gummy worms, so they're all different colors. And kicks Horned Toad in the nuts.
He beats that motherfucker with his own arm.
Yep, grabs his arm. He's like, now I'm gonna beat your ass.
That's awesome.
So I'm still kind of going over dialogue. This is just like temporary until I figure out what I really want him to say through here. But yeah, he's like beats the shit out of him with his arm, like knocks him out. And then here's where I demonstrate. Do what?
Then he reattaches his shit.
Yep, and the worms.
Club you to death and then put it back on.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Thanks. I really appreciate
Love
it. I hope I can like start convincing people that I've got a book to sell. I'm probably not going to have, a big 60-page book. This is only 23 pages, and I'm going to have Kid Squid Zero as its first full printed book as well, so you can read the origin of Kid Squid and Dr. Cthulhu and Pandora. And then this first issue. So it'll be like 2 books in one campaign that are a total of 48 pages.
Cool.
But right now, I just need to talk about it. My wife even got on to me the other day. She's like, you need to start getting on YouTube and promoting it and getting people interested in it. So
Yeah. Share panels, share pages.
Yep.
This looks great. Is it going to stay in black and white?
I'm thinking just for this story is going to be black and white.
Mhm.
because it's kind of like a pulp era World War II kind of thing.
Right. That fits it.
But when you learn about the character, um, he does continue to get older through the generations. So there's like he does have a sidekick that I want to introduce in the next story, and I'm not going to give away his name because I don't want somebody to snatch it right now, but but his sidekick is this little kid that's a monster, and the monster is like way bigger than he is. And at some point, he's gonna fight this villain that's called Captain China, and get defeated by Captain China. And being he's a dead guy, he wears this skeleton key around his neck that is what's keeping him alive. It's a curse. So when he's separated from the skeleton key, um, he's no longer functional anymore. It's like his kryptonite. And so he gets defeated, and his body parts are separated and sent to different labs around the world and different fortresses by the Chinese. And his sidekick manages to snatch the key before that happens. And then there's a comeback story where the sidekick goes on an adventure to acquire all his body parts and put them back together again.
Yeah, Christopher John is right. The energy on the page is insane.
I wanted energy in every panel that I could.
Your lines have it. Your lines have this like natural energy to them.
Thanks.
Even just your head sketches, you can see it.
It's all. I always feel like when I could tell when somebody's not strong in their drawing, if they're doodling like little bitty lines to make one line, they're not thinking. Their mind is not thinking correctly, in my opinion.
Right.
Like you need to think about it as one solid piece, one object, and just draw through everything. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Rather than like little noodle lines, you need to like think about just big pieces and not the detail. And sometimes I think too many people get caught up in the detail. But I want acting. I like acting. See, like in this page where he's stuck his arm on, where it says "knock on wood." You know, I'm trying to
bring it back up. Okay.
See how he's holding his arm on in the second or third panel.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to give weight to the figure, you know, rather than just sticking it on. I'm trying to plan him like you could really feel like what's going on. You know, I try to pose everything, but anyway,
that's good. It helps.
But the next page kind of starts spoiling what happens next, so I won't go. Mm-hmm. Anyway, that's about that.
Yo, Pum Spack, Thomas Nowak. Thomas Nowak. Probably butchered that. What's going on, guys?
I can't see his comments.
Who's?
Thomas Nowak?
What's up, Phil?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to maybe start the stream in another window so I can see it.
Goody. Show. See, there it is. I forgot you can do that stuff. I'm so ignorant of StreamYard. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw all these broads, real tiny like, and then when it comes to time to ink them, I'm gonna blow them up and give them some detail and whatnot, and then shrink them back down once they're so they have some detail in the background. So doing a lot of extra effort for people that are going to get covered up by word balloon.
It's all right. Every bit of effort makes a difference.
Because right now they're looking like little beady-eyed stick figures.
So are you gonna go in closer and detail them, or?
Yeah. Wait, this is the page at print size. You can see how small they are.
Yeah, I don't know if I would get too detailed on them, but
Gotta think Sergio Aragonés. What would Sergio do?
Sergio would fill every square inch.
Yeah.
He can. Thomas says he can smell the pineapple flavored bikinis.
The hardest part about doing this is coming up with different hairstyles for all these dames.
What if you did it where they were all exactly the same?
No, that'd probably just look lazy.
Mm.
I have some design in them. I mean, they're already wearing the same outfit. I got to give them different hairstyles to differentiate them a little.
Gotcha. It reminds me, I'm not going to watch Devil Dinosaur, Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, but I kind of know some folks that work on it, and so I was looking at their design sheet for Moon Girl, and her hairstyle is different depending on which part of her character she is. If she's in her normal mode, like her Clark Kent, her ponytails are at the side, and then when she's Moon Girl, her ponytail's up in the center of her head. I thought that was kind of interesting.
This is a neat way to show transition.
Yep.
I think I picked the most boring part of this page to live stream.
I like that she's got a big gun there.
Sitting on a tank.
I think I would have drawn that where her knees were up. But that's just me.
I can see that. Maybe I'll change it.
I would, just to give it a little more innuendo. So I'm glad you chose to stream today. It's something I need to get in the habit of doing more. I'd love to stream with more people. I need to make more friends in Comicsgate.
Yeah, I wasn't going to, but because Ethan was streaming, but he shut down his stream not too long ago. Seems like everyone's got a live stream going right now.
I thought it was still going when you started.
It was. But he shut it down, so it's okay now.
Oh, we're safe. Well, he's gonna start up again in another hour or 30 minutes.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, 2:00 he said, but I'm guessing that's 2 his time. I am not drawing Christopher. I finished that book, so I'm just going over the dialogue, and then I'm done with it. So
More important question, Christopher: are you drawing?
that is true.
Are
And
you drawing?
if Phil Diaz or either of the Diaz brothers are watching, you need to get Christopher John to draw something for you.
Hell yeah, he'd do a dope Crimstone.
Hell yeah.
The thing would be beastly.
Yep.
Did you ever see his Dan Fraga piece? Fraga's wearing the bunny suit and he's driving this little
Yes.
van thing.
It's
all
been a
chopped
long
up
time
and stuff.
since I've seen it, but
Guns
yeah,
and
that's
stuff.
pretty awesome.
That is badass.
I would like to go visit the Diaz brothers someday. I think it would be fun.
Yeah, they
So
seem like good people.
they need to do if they need to do a small mini Comicsgate gathering event or something, and then hold it at their arcade or whatever. Do a Comicsgate con like
Well,
that.
Are they going to be in Tampa this year? I know a lot of dudes are coming to Tampa. A lot of Comicsgate people are coming to Tampa.
I would like to go. I'm surprised you're not saying you're going.
Well, it all depends on money.
Ah,
I might go to some of the after stuff.
somebody could probably score you a badge. I mean, you don't live very far from there.
Yeah, but if I go to the con, I'm going to want to buy stuff. Plus, food. But I might go to some of the after party stuff, the after con stuff.
Man, you make me want to go. If I could get a table, I might consider it, but it's too late probably.
I don't know. It's not till what, March? Mid-March?
Yeah, that's in how
Or
many
April.
weeks?
Or is it April? I can't remember when it is.
Yeah, that's not very far. March is in another week.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is. Holy crap. This year's flying by already.
Yep.
My kid's birthday's coming up.
Oh, cool. Was it going to be 5, 6?
She will be 8.
Oh, I thought it was your son, but your daughter?
Yeah, my daughter, she's going to be 8 years old.
Man.
My boy already had his birthday in December. He's 5 now.
Pumpsback asked which con. I think it's called Tampa
Bay Comic Con.
Do what?
Tampa Bay Comic Con.
Tampa Bay Comic Con. Is Billy Tucci gonna be there?
I'm not sure. I'm gonna look up the guest list real quick.
Let's do that. Let's go to the guest list.
Let's go to the guest list.
Let's see how many famous actors are there and voice actors. Sucking all the air out of a comic convention.
Tampa. Present this screen real quick. Stop screen. Present. Share screen. Window. Where'd it go? There it is. Tampa Bay Comic Con.
Oh, it's in 153 days.
Whew.
It's in July. I wonder if I could get a table.
Guests.
Oh, wait. What's the date? Again, what was the date?
Oh, tickets.
Shoot. Sorry. Because I have a convention in the middle of...
July 28th to the 30th.
All right, let me look. Okay, I have a convention in June.
John Barrowman.
Oh,
so
yeah.
far is the only person I know.
Dean Cain. Well, it's got to be an okay con if they allow Dean Cain.
Oh, they got the Shat.
Well, hey, Anna can meet Gates McFadden and.
Oh, he's not going.
Dude, that's crushing. He's from here where I live.
Jason David Frank?
Yeah, he's a Houstonite.
He's not going now.
No, he was. It happened not far from me. It happened for like 15, 20 minutes from where I live.
Well, these are past guests. What are the guests now? I'm not going to show it.
James Murphy says, I was promised boring and drawing. Currently, I have neither.
Oh, my bad.
Well, we're checking this out. We'll get back to the drawing there, James. Sorry about that.
Back to the drawing. Present. Share screen. Window. Clip Studio Paint. Boom. There's some boring drawing for you.
Yeah.
Drawing 20. How many people am I drawing here? 3,
yeah, I'll be at
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 ladies.
Nah, you got more windows.
I do. Should just fill them all up, just in case.
I'll be at H-Town Comic-Con in June. Because I'm too lazy to go drive somewhere or fly.
Excuse me. I had McDonald's for lunch. Made me gassy.
Says James Murphy says, cool, Donald's computer has voice commands. And then Thomas Nowak says, are you a biologist, Donald?
I'm not. I don't know. I'm sorry I misidentified these figures as women.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm a gynecologist. It's funny how Guy is in gynecologist.
Hide that.
Donald's got the sniffles.
Yep. A little change in temperature recently. Got me all blocked up. Damn it.
Yeah, definitely. Get a tissue, said Pumps Pack. Get the man a tissue. Unfortunately, they haven't made portals for streaming yet or StreamYards that you can hand things over.
Coming to you in 100% Snotto-Vision.
Snotto-Vision. Now with 50% more moist.
50% more moist.
Yeah. So did you take a photo of your little tank for that?
Uh-huh. Well, actually, I just set it on the table in front of me.
That's cool. It didn't look like you really put it all together.
I did.
You like had a gun missing, and Thomas Nowak wants to know who's playing Oscar the Grouch in that panel. That's a good question. You need to stick an Oscar. Oh, that's Cecil.
That's Cecil.
That's Cecil the Grouch.
He lives in a trash can in this story.
Like
Yeah,
Popeye the Sailor Man.
My tank. Let me get the tank and turn the camera on.
Do you know that song? You sing it like as a kid, the Popeye the Sailor Man song, and it goes on. Popeye the Sailor Man, I live in a garbage can.
Here's the tank.
Ah,
You can see
it's blurry. It's cool though.
You can see it just enough. Missing the hatch. Gun that's supposed to go here. It fell in it. And you see these little holes.
Right.
Those are for teeny tiny parts. All those little tiny holes. They're for teeny tiny parts that I didn't want to put together. Because I tried like snipping one off because it's that, the plastic model shit where it's held together by plastic.
I used to be really heavy into putting model kits together when I was a teenager. I had a big workbench out in the garage, my parents' garage, and my air compressor and everything for my airbrush, and I was really into it. I would love to do it again. James Murphy says, Donald, you should be in one of those windows flashing those man teeths.
A man teeth?
Man teeths.
Be in one of these panels flashing the teeth?
Yeah, like you'd be the only dude in that place of girls. Sometimes in comics I draw, I mean, not very many people see them anyway, but I'll stick family members in the backgrounds.
It depends on how close I'm going to be drawn. If I'm going to be putting people in like a big panel where you can really identify their faces, I'll start throwing in people that I know.
You really should be sticking your wife on that barrel.
No way.
Yeah.
They all turn into femcells. Like vampires.
Vampires.
He rejects their advances and their offer.
Oh,
so they become femcells and start fighting him. So there's going to be a couple panels of him beating the crap out of these women.
Oh, man. He's such a woman hater.
Yep.
Misogynist.
Misogyny all over the page.
It's just spilling it all over.
They struck first.
Yep. Yeah, I really feel like people are just so sick of everything that they're flipping it around. They're just fighting back now.
Yeah, it's getting there. People are recognizing the culture war. Companies are realizing that they're losing money.
Yep. And part of it too is I think in general most people aren't really over the top with a lot of the issues, but just out of trolling and a sick sense of humor, they're saying, "Yeah, we are. This is who we are."
This bitch doesn't have any hands. Forgot to draw hands on her.
Well,
nice model, says James Murphy. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's from Mang World War II's tanks.
Yeah, I got one that I haven't put together. I showed it to you, I think. Ugh.
But yeah, all those. I tried putting some of those little pieces on. Some of those little tiny pieces on. I cut one out of the plastic thing, and the thing snapped while I was cutting. It broke.
So Hobby Lobby sells these kits, the World War II's kits,
Oh, cool.
and see it's tagged $15. But once a month they do 50% off model kits. So I got this one for half off.
What type is it? What version of the tank is it?
It's the Nazi tank, of course. It's a Panther.
German Panther tank.
Yeah.
I got a Sherman tank.
So yeah, I still have to put it together, like all the. Someday soon I'll put it together. I've got this kit, and then I've also got this badass gaming miniature that I have not put together, but it's Freddie Mercury as a skeleton.
Freddie Mercury is a skeleton?
Yeah, he it's him and his. It's a skeleton with his mustache, but it's in this famous pose of him wearing.
Oh, I remember you showed me a picture of that.
He's got the cape and the crown on, and he's holding the scepter.
Yeah,
I couldn't even show it to you. It's so tiny. I'll see if I
I
can.
remember you sending me a link to a picture of that.
But like, God, his head is so tiny, but he's got a little mustache. Show up. It won't show up.
Let me unbiggen you.
Yeah, it won't work. Don't biggin me. I'm not as cool as Mr. Biggins. He lives in my hometown, Mr. Biggins. Like not even a mile or two from where I grew up.
That's cool.
And the cape and the cloak, you can't see his body. It's real tiny, but it's him posing like this. But I want to put it together. It got shipped crazy. I got it during COVID, and it shipped from Russia. So I had no idea this figure was made in Russia.
All right, that. So let's erase some of this stuff. The blue. Who's behind them?
You want to see something real cool I got while I was in Amsterdam?
What's that? Oh, you gonna show the book?
No. I got a Vincent van Gogh Playmobil figure at the museum in Amsterdam. They sold Vincent van Gogh's Playmobil figures, and it came with a little painting.
With a little painting.
Yeah, a little self-portrait. Isn't that cool? They sold them in the museum. It's like $6.
Excuse me.
Which is compared to the U.S. when you buy Playmobil, you would pay 3 times that much here. I know we're real boring guys.
Here's some of the rest of the page. Well, Shane. Oh, it would help if I actually put it back on screen. There you go.
Oh yeah, is he gonna have a couple oars sticking out of his rear?
No. At least not in this scene.
I love it. You need to, whatever is he's not naked, right?
Right. He's in a black Adidas tracksuit.
Yeah, you need to get the stripes down the sides of his
Yeah, I'm
arm.
gonna do that when I color it in and color the
Okay.
black in. I'm just gonna go out with a negative brush and take him out. I got to get the Adidas symbol on his hat.
I would change the symbol just a little.
I'm just doing the little leaf logo. I'm not gonna put Adidas on it.
What is that near on his leg and his belly there?
That is hay. It was straw. Which I gotta draw some of that in his cage. It reminds me. But the thing is that he got so cold that he stuffed his suit with straw.
Oh, I see. It makes more sense when you added that.
There we go.
But now you got to do it to the other one. That's a very nice staff she's got there.
I need to work on my women.
So did Sierra provide you with the story all at once, or are you guys just kind of you got a plot, but you haven't told?
No, he gave me the story all at once.
He did,
but he's tweaking it as we go, as I get the stuff because he's adding more stuff to it.
I'm surprised he's going with a nom de plume.
Yeah, he values his anonymity.
Well, I can understand. I was pretty anonymous for the entire lifespan of Comicsgate.
All right, now the fun part. Let's ink some stuff.
Let's ink it. Just turn it black. Done.
47 minutes later, 15 women later.
I think someday I need to ink something you do.
You think someday what?
Someday I need to ink. Excuse me. I need to ink something you drew.
That'd be awesome.
Yep. That and color. Just do both.
Oh, I just checked YouTube. He's launching Billy's Zombie Sama too.
So is everybody? Well.
So right now he's going to be live streaming.
Yeah, I figured it was. Give it another 10, 20 minutes, and then the stream will officially start. Although he's really kind of changed that. He's now jumping in real quick. I can't watch Shane's streams because he'll spend 20 minutes playing the same thing on loop. It just drives me crazy.
That's the fun in it, though.
I guess it's fun, but it works my nerves after a minute. Did you copy and paste and drag that flame thing?
The flame?
Yeah.
No. Why?
Damn, it's almost like identical.
No, I just drew it.
Let's see. Astros are playing the Mets in spring training right now. And they're whipping the Astros.
Baseball.
The baseball, they're not far from you. They're spring training.
Yeah, it's over here in Tampa. Right by the Bucs Stadium. I remember passing it on my way to pick my wife up from work back when she still worked in a hospital, thinking, why the hell is a Houston team trading in Tampa?
A lot of teams do that. And there's a town about an hour and a half north of Houston called Marlin. And that used to be where like Boston and the Yankees came to train during the spring. My dog is laying her head on my lap right now, and I think
she wants attention.
She's like, I want something, which is probably to go outside. I want to go outside. I have a black lab, and she's so sweet.
No fapping.
I'm just patting her booty, not fapping. Come here, stand up. Come here. Nope, you don't want to hop up. All right. She's a big girl. She's a big girl. You have one dog, right?
I have two.
Do they hang out with you?
Or
are they outdoor dogs?
No, they're indoor dogs.
That's good.
But yeah, they're in here sleeping around.
I will never, ever, ever have an outdoor dog ever again. I had a couple of dogs when I was a kid that were outdoor dogs. And one of them got really sick from the cold, and later died from it.
And
I felt really bad about it. And I swore I'd never, ever do that again. Never, ever have an outdoor dog.
Poor puppy.
Yeah. Look at this big baby. Look at these ears.
The puppy.
She's talking to me. Look, say hi to people. Say hi to people. So did you get your what was that Mr. Easta book?
Yeah. I got a bunch of.
You made me really jealous when I saw those. I was like, oh, those look so awesome.
I got Mr. Easta, I got Good Boy, and I got Little Red Ronin, all from Kit Wallace.
You got it from his personal site?
No, I bought it. I got Good Boy and Little Red Ronin off of Amazon. I got Mr. Easta off of ScoutComics.com.
Okay. I didn't know if he was selling them on his personal site or something.
He doesn't have a personal site. He's got a blog that he hasn't updated in 2 years. But no personal site. Which is a shame. Because I would have loved to have bought it off him. But the art in this is great. Some great cartooning.
So I filled my pool last week.
Finally done?
Took 30 hours to fill the pool. It's not finished yet. There's guys outside right now. They're building the outdoor kitchen. They're tiling it. It's been such a long, drawn-out process. But anyway, there's a hot tub built in our pool. And my dog, there's an overflow section of the hot tub it's a spill out to the the main pool. It's like a really long piece, and she's
Mhm.
been walking around the edges of it, and she tried to walk across that after we put the water in, and the tile is slick, so she slipped and fell and dunked right in the pool. And the dog was the first person in the pool out of the family.
Broken in by the dog.
Yep. And then my neighbor came over. I guess you saw the video I sent you. He came over the other night, and my wife, I said, man, I guess I'll have to go get some beer. I can run and get some beer. And my wife was like, no, I got you covered. And she pulls out this big, huge ass box that was an advent calendar she meant to give me for Christmas of German beer. So it's like stocked, like an entire 24 beers in this one thing. And so we said, well, the water's cold and we don't have any way else to chill it. So we cracked the whole thing open and started chucking the beers in the pool, and they were floating around the pool in a current. Let's see if Mr. E has started. Nope, he's still showing videos.
Ethan?
Yep. Says he's only got 173 people watching.
I must have just started.
He's playing.
Oh.
He's playing the Donaldus Rise.
Welcome, Sierra.
Video. Hey, Mr. Whiskey. Can't hear you.
Yeah, we
You guys hear me?
Yeah,
now we can.
Now we can.
All right. What is
Showing up
going
to
on?
save
I
us.
haven't watched it all.
Well,
So what do you think of the page so far?
It looks pretty damn good, man.
Where do you in a car?
Yeah, I'm driving. About to hit the car wash.
Oh, I see. Taking
mean,
care of business.
I also live in this car, so I'm always in the car. So.
Oh, homeless and making comics. True to form.
I mean, I figured if you're gonna be a comic creator, you might as well be homeless too.
Yep. Living the life. Living the life, eating cat food.
I wish I could afford cat food.
Oh man.
Fit right in with the mainstream.
Yep.
Yeah, man. The benefit of working on this book with Donald is that every time he shows you something new, you just like break out in laughter. Like it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's got to be exciting for you because, like, on a couple levels, it's your first comic you've ever made, right?
Oh yeah, first book.
And so you're telling your ideas, and then you're seeing them come to life.
It is like magic. It's literal magic.
Yeah, that's got to be amazing.
I mean, and it's the first script that I've ever like fully kicked over to a comic artist and been like, "What do you think?"
And I laughed.
And I mean, I felt pretty good about that because Donald's seen a lot of stuff and a lot of funny stuff.
Right.
It was an honor.
Yep, Donald's an awesome cartoonist.
So
I think this book is funnier than Cash Grab, but that's just me personally.
I mean, that's high praise. I don't know. I mean, I would love to believe it. Let's see what the readers have to say.
I think they'll like it.
They'll definitely love it.
Well, Chad, this is the first time we've ever spoken. We've all over Twitter, but this is the first time I've talked to you in person. It's good to meet you.
Yeah, it's good to meet you.
Yeah.
What do you got going?
Do what?
What do you have going on today?
Oh, well, I just going over dialogue on my book. I finished a 24-page comic that I've had in a can. There was like 3 pages that were unfinished for a good while, and I wrapped those up the other day. I just so what's going on basically is I finished my last day on the new Tiny Toons Looniversity show on at Warner Brothers about 2 Fridays ago,
Oh wow.
and now I'm in a way I'm semi-retired, and I'm going full time making my comics,
So you're gonna go full indie, huh?
full comics gate.
That's that's awesome, man. We're glad to have you.
Hell yeah.
I've seen your art all over Twitter, and I'm just like, when is Chad gonna put a book out? We need Chad's books.
I have 2.5 books finished.
That's fantastic. Are you gonna do like a crowdfund for each one individually, or are you gonna try and do a collected work?
I'm probably gonna just do 2 books on one crowdfund to start off, but I want to get on more streams now with you guys and just.
Oh yeah, that's like the toughest, most nerve-wracking part for me. Like,
Yeah.
People talk about my Twitter, and I'm like, Twitter is like the easiest social media platform.
Right.
Like, I can fire off some stuff that make myself laugh, and it's fine.
Right.
Like, being on teams, man, that is so much work. You can't have dead air. You got to keep the conversation going.
It is. I'm finding that out just with streaming with Donald today. You know, I mean, you just got to keep the conversation going, I guess.
Yeah, you got to keep things moving along. It does help having awesome art in front of you, though.
Yeah, it does. So, yeah, that's my dilemma right now. I'm just trying to, like, I've actually been around with Comicsgate from the very beginning. I watched every piece of drama that's happened.
Oh man, so that's great. That means you don't need a primer or catch up on all this stuff.
No, like I've been here. Donald has known I've been around for a while, but it's now I'm just not. I don't care. I don't care if anybody tries to do anything to me. I'm not afraid. Like,
that's good. It's good to have inoculations against all that bullshit.
Yeah, it's good to give no fucks.
I'm in that position now where I have no fucks to worry about. Like,
what a good life to lead, man. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Right?
So I asked Donald a little bit ago. I'm like, oh, I've noticed that he's going to go with his nom de plume for the book. You know, instead of but he says you want to stay a little anonymous, and I understand that. I totally know where you're coming from, though.
Yeah, I don't have any creative industry contacts, you know, but my other industries I work in, yeah, I would prefer to keep my my anonymity there.
Yeah.
Just for peace and quiet, you know.
No, I understand. I totally get it. Like a couple of years ago, I was way more worried about getting canceled, but now I don't give a shit. Now, like I just don't care.
Yeah, I'm almost there. But
that's all right. I totally understand though. If you feel like it's going to do harm to not just yourself but your family,
yeah, you got to watch out for stuff like that. And these people are lunatics, you know. They'll go after every aspect of your life for saying, "Hey, would you please not turn Iceman gay?"
Yeah, I mean, they know what we mean when we say that, but they flip the script. They
can't tolerate any kind of dissent.
They're not stupid, so but they act like, well, what do you mean? Like, please tell me, please explain what you're talking about. Help me understand.
Oh yeah, they're just setting up a game.
Yeah.
Their little scam doesn't work if there is any sort of diversity of thought.
Right.
I mean, you've been here since the beginning. You know all this.
Yeah. Like I've watched so much happen that now I can almost predict exactly how they're going to respond.
Well, did you see all that madness on Twitter about how No Cover and John Malin? It was mostly about John Malin. He just used No Cover to take shots at John, but how everything was just so racist about this book.
Yeah. I was telling Donald that you guys were shadow banned the moment you launched.
So we were shadow banned inside of Indiegogo. You couldn't search No Cover, but you could still at least Google us, and we'd come up with the number one search. But now we're completely shadow banned. Done.
No, I couldn't find you. Yeah, you didn't even pop up in the new projects or anything the day you launched. I couldn't even search it.
Even when you tried to Google it?
Yep.
Oh wow! See, it was coming up for Google for me. I don't know what's going on with that, but it is. We have the no index code and everything, so now we're fighting the man on both sides.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that it happened. I mean,
it's really sad that they would do this, considering that Comicsgate people have really brought in a lot of income for them. But then again, maybe the technology companies are making more money for them and they don't care. We're like small pieces of the pie to them.
Yeah, I mean, really, the rumor is they're trying to get a sale. They're trying to sell themselves to another company. And so a part of their TOS is if you don't get two backers every 48 days, they're going to unlist you, so that it drives more traffic. It drives more traffic to their bigger campaigns.
Right.
It doesn't muddy up. Like if somebody searches Indiegogo, it doesn't muddy up the waters quite as much.
Mm-hmm.
But I know for a fact we've been pulling about 2 backers a day after our first day.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think that's what happened to us. Hard to really know exactly unless you're in Indiegogo. Because some of these, I've also noticed there are comic campaigns on Indiegogo that aren't that aren't Comicsgate and are shadow banned. So I'm just not sure what's happening back there.
Yeah, it's because of that I don't think it's, Comicsgate itself being targeted.
Yeah.
I don't buy into the conspiracy that it's, it's them against us. They're doing this on purpose.
Until we get a little more concrete information, I'm gonna remain a skeptic on that.
Right.
But I mean, it wouldn't. There's been people like Ethan talking about how he did have contacts there, and they're no longer there.
Right. That guy got fired, and Ethan found out about it.
I mean, the question is, why did he get fired? Was it just a restructuring? Were they?
I think it was probably that.
Yeah, because I know a lot of the Silicon Valley companies, IT companies right now, tech. There's a lot of cutting of the fat right now because they were bloated from just before the pandemic. They all staffed up like crazy. They're carrying a lot of extra weight that they don't need to be carrying.
Yeah, that's been happening a lot, even in my field in animation. All the studios are having tons of layoffs, but I felt really badly because they kept hiring me, even during all the layoffs. They
You got survivor's guilt.
Sort of, not really. I I was forced to join the union when I worked for Disney this last time in order to get benefits, and I really resented that. But Warner's hired me again last year during all these layoffs, and I said I didn't want to be a union anymore, and they were like, "Great, we'll put you in on full time. Give you all the benefits." So,
Oh, that's cool. So they just have you as they had you as a full-time employee?
I'm still considered right now a full-time employee. So I've been on Warner Brothers insurance since 2013.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
You know what's going on in there.
Not totally, but I mean, I really couldn't tell you totally what's going on. Like, I don't know everything, but I hear stuff.
What's up, 6 a.m.?
But
what is here? Oh, he's in the chat. Okay.
What up, 6 a.m.? So yeah, there's a lot of interesting shakeup stuff going on at WB.
Like just restructuring, moving divisions around, management, stuff like that.
So they canned everybody at Cartoon Network practically and emptied the building. And a lot of people in the animation industry were super upset about it. But I can understand they're trying to condense it to one animation studio rather than having multiple animation studios around town. They want to structure it under one roof. And yeah, it's that way they know where the money is going instead of funneling out to all these other places, and they can control it a lot better. And I don't think a lot of the industry people really saw it that way. They were just more concerned that, we're losing jobs. And
well, I do I have seen a lot of, you see this with the mainstream all the time, right? The comics people, they're all focused on what they can get without realizing the business aspect of things.
right.
But then they're also not realizing that their toxic ass culture is crushing the side of things.
Yep, they don't see it. I saw it at Disney. I left Disney in June. They let me go because I wasn't in house. They were starting to move back in house from the COVID.
Oh, so you had a couple things going on? You were working Disney and WB?
Not at the time. I worked at Disney on a show called Big City Greens. I would, let's put it this way. I would take on like small little gigs on animated movies, like direct to video movies, just so I could keep my insurance rolling through the company, because I had to log a certain amount of hours to continue to get my benefits.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
So, but I was at Disney on a show called Big City Greens for about 2 years, and I witnessed the whole Florida thing going on from the inside. And man, what a bunch of ninnies, bunch of weirdos. They sent out emails providing psychological help, therapy.
Oh yeah,
to deal with the Florida stuff. And I remember they said, "Oh well, we're gonna strike." You remember that Disney Animation said they were all gonna strike?
Yeah.
And so the entire company basically shut down. Everybody went on strike, but only 50 people showed up to the strike.
How many thousand employees?
And everybody else just took it as a day off.
That's what I would have done.
Yeah.
I would have treated it like skip day, the senior skip day in high school.
So all the outrage that was going on, like at the company, it made me realize, oh, not that many people are really outraged by it. Like, they didn't go march and protest around the studio.
That's interesting. It's like, yeah, we got work to do. We don't really care about this bullshit. I'll send
Yep.
out a tweet. That'll do.
Yeah, I'll go clean out my garage and pretend I'm outraged so everybody else knows that I'm with you.
Got guys back there skimming his pool, drinking a beer. Oh, so
Yep.
outrageous.
Yeah, I just couldn't handle it. And I'm not gonna say right now, I've got some things that I did to to kind of protest their protests at the time. But I did sneak EVS into an episode.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, has it aired yet?
Maybe. I don't know yet. I haven't paid attention.
I mean, we're gonna have to look for that. You know, that's a big fat high comics gate. You know.
Yeah, there is a message about Comicsgate in an episode, but it's jumbled in a way that you would have to read it in a certain pattern.
You got to crack the code.
But I did put EVS as a his Shining Sun logo.
Oh yeah.
I did a cartoon variation of it.
Of the human sunbeam.
Of the human sunbeam. And it's in an episode
on Disney.
On Disney.
I remember you showed me the thing where you put MAGA and Morse code on.
Dad, you gave away my secret.
Got one person watching this stream. It's okay.
You know you're gonna have now you're gonna have like the liberal the liberal Gestapo just like scrubbing all your work, 1984 style.
Donald.
I'm kidding.
Delete this. Delete it.
They're coming for you. Well, I
know they will be now.
I've got my fair share of internet stalker weirdos. Nothing like the big dogs in Comicsgate, but there's a few that watch my stuff. So yeah, man, this is.
Well, yeah, but you're one of the big vocal guys on Twitter.
Yeah, like I found out there's like Reddit threads where they have my tweets up talking about them. Sometimes it's not bad. Sometimes though they're just like, this guy's a Nazi. I'm like, okay.
Whatever you say.
Yeah. At this point, I don't even argue with these people. They're just like, you're a Nazi. I'm like, well, you're a retard. Like, I'm not even gonna.
Yeah, you totally diminished the meaning of the word.
Mm-hmm.
Words have no meaning anymore. Like, there's no reason to even
words hurt.
I don't care who you are, what you do, what you act, how you are in the bedroom. I just don't give a fuck. Just don't make me have to believe it. Like if you're not gonna believe, if I can't preach to you Christianity, for instance, you don't have a right to do that to me, you know?
Yeah, you can't control speech. You can't control my thoughts. Mind your own fucking business. That's kind of my
mind your own fucking business.
It's kind of my my stance on things. And stop trying to convince kids that they're non-binary, tertiary, whatever.
I've got
feeding shit into kids' brains.
I've got a best friend here where I live that is going through that hardcore right now with one of his kids.
Yeah, that's evil.
And it had the social group at the school they're involved with is hardcore pushing their kid to believe in that they need to be the other sex. And man, it's so rough right now. And the theater teacher that they're around all the time just got in trouble this last week, and had to get put on leave because apparently the teacher was trying to molest one of the kids.
Oh yeah. And you know, we predict this, we point this out as a possibility, and well, no, you're just a bigot. If it walks like a duck and it's trying to touch your kids, it's probably a pedophile.
Yep. It's just man. I just don't understand how they got so powerful.
I tell you, they played the long game. You know, that this has been stuff they've had in the works since McCarthy. And I used to buy into the whole, oh, McCarthy was just an alarmist. He was this, he was that. No, he had a freaking point. These far leftists dig in like ticks. They get into the education system. They get into the entertainment system. And then they proliferate these crazy ideas, and they turn reality upside down, and they make it seem like no, you're the crazy one for even questioning this, and it's just gross.
It is like you want to have all these make-believe pronouns and stuff, and we're supposed to believe it.
I think Jordan Peterson handled that one like about as good as anyone possibly can. It's impossible to comply with this stuff when it is always changing and evolving. It's by design. It's a trap. It's a weapon to be used against their ideological opponents.
It's scary. Yeah, my oldest daughter got caught up in it too. Went to college, and she, I hate saying this. I'm not even going to talk about it.
That's all right. I wouldn't expect you to get too personal.
Yeah.
Because that's one thing you have to keep in mind is when you're getting personal, you know, and this stuff is out there, like they will try and weaponize it against you.
Yep, that's what I was thinking. So what's new in your life other than this book?
What's my real name, address, and exact location right now?
Yep.
Oh, man. I mean, there's not a whole lot going on. You know, I'm a family man, military vet.
Oh, awesome.
Southern California escapee. I got out of, I was living in San Diego County, which, honestly, if you're going to live in California, it's probably one of the best places to live.
I like San Diego.
Oh, it's my favorite, man. I miss it dearly, but at the same time, I don't miss the lunatics.
Yeah, I understand.
But yeah, I moved up to Utah, so I'm up here in the mountains in the snow.
Oh, right. I heard you mention you're in Utah.
Totally different place.
That's cool.
Yeah, climate, culture, demographics, it's night and day here. I'm a pretty big firearm enthusiast, so I fit right in.
That's cool. I've got a few.
That's actually what I'm doing right now. I'm over in my one of my many storage lockers, digging through my arsenal, looking for equipment.
My best friend, one of my best friends here, has got quite the armory. He was a tank driver in Afghanistan.
Oh, nice.
In the army. And he's got like AKs and all kinds of stuff. It's pretty hilarious.
Yeah, stuff he smuggled back. That's great.
Yep.
Yeah, I smuggled a ton of stuff back. I just gave it all away.
Yeah. He contemplated there they were wanting to hire former tank drivers in the Ukraine to teach them how to drive these new tanks.
Oh yeah.
He was thinking about going over.
Well, the training would be in like Poland or something. I mean,
Right.
if he's got the time and the bandwidth, hell yeah, I'd go do it.
Heck yeah. He's like, man, I want to drive these new tanks because now they do 75, 80 miles an hour. He says they haul ass.
Yeah, that'd be a good time.
Yep. He was stationed in Killeen at Fort Hood.
Well, it's also really timely as far as the conversation goes because right now Donald's drawing the boys of trying to steal a tank.
Yep.
And we got Shane. We got Shane reaching out for help. And you'll have to stay tuned to see what happens.
How long is Shane in the book, or is he just making an appearance?
From this page on, he'll be in the book. So it's kind of like Wizard of Oz, you know. So John starts off alone, and he goes along and he picks up companions along the way.
Mm-hmm.
In this one, it'll be Cecil Shane. If we do well enough and cover our expenses, we'll do book 2, and then it'll be Kelsey. We'll add to the list. It'll be Kelsey, Shannon, Ethan, Dale.
Anna.
Yeah, and Anna will be in it, but Anna already. I put a poll out on Twitter about should Anna's skin tag be in the book as a 50-foot kaiju?
Oh yes.
So yeah, it'll be Anna. It'll be Taggy co-starring Anna because Anna's just going to be attached to this 50-foot kaiju skin tag.
You got to make sure she has webbed feet or something, like webbed toes.
We'll have to have like a shot of one of the guys looking in binoculars and be like, "Oh, that's Anna. She's got webbed toes and a hairy."
Yeah.
Oh God.
I'm telling you, if you just doing that, Anna will promote the hell out of it.
She will, but it might be the Streisand effect a little bit, but it's okay. Anna's a good sport.
Might have to hire ink spots in order to do that one panel. To draw that one panel, color that one panel.
Where is your campaign right now? Let's see. I'm going to
We're
check.
almost at 13,000.
I'm going to do a refresh.
We're about 11 people away from 300.
I'm really shocked it's not more than this.
Oh, look at that.
12,000
people away from 300 now.
$12,886. I'm really surprised it's not more than this. But then it kind of makes me wonder if right now Comicsgate is at a leveling out.
Well, I think a big part of it is tax season, to be honest. We're going to extend. So we're doing the first 30 and then we'll extend and be in the second 30. And that should be right in the middle of tax return season.
Mm-hmm.
And then also Cyberfrog's going to be launching. Battlebrick Road 2, we're going to John will have Godlike Second Chance. So there's going to be a lot of heat in Comicsgate coming up. And I'm hoping on our extension we'll catch that ride.
I hope so too. I was really hoping to see like a cash grab turnout.
Yeah.
That's all right. Let's keep getting on streams, Sierra.
Yep, we're gonna keep grinding. We're gonna keep making appearances where we can.
I mean, Donald's not gonna get on them.
I'm trying. I'm doing more.
Yeah, Donald's
gonna go be on Billy's launch stream in a little bit.
Whoa, whose stream you getting on?
Ethan's. He's launching Billy's campaign.
Well, go get on it now,
yeah,
dude.
Man.
I'll duck out.
When is that going, Donald?
It's on now.
Oh, dude, hop in there.
He's got 453 people watching right now.
Yeah, it's really kind of small, actually.
So just keep drawing, and then pop a THC gummy and have a great time.
Oh yeah, how's that going, Donald?
Going good. It's working really well.
That's awesome.
I'm not really feeling too much of a high, but when I take the sativa brand, it helps me focus and it takes away my pain.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad it's doing something for you.
And the indica helps me sleep a little. But I only take it when my back is hurting because I don't want to be paying $25 a week for a sleep aid, you know?
I took a 10 milligram sativa at my daughter's wedding, and I was on the dance floor from beginning to end. I did not stop going. Like I had so much energy.
Mm.
But I'm taking. Oh, he left.
You must have been having trouble with this phone.
That's fine. Well, I was just going to mention, and then because you already heard me say this, but I've been doing the psilocybin microdosing.
Mm-hmm.
And man, it's been awesome because I don't get depressed anymore, you know. So I highly recommend trying it if you can do it.
I am going to go jump in Ethan's stream and try to sell some no covers.
Absolutely. I've got it running on my phone. So
and show some support for Billy Zombie Sama.
Well, yeah, but get in a no cover just a little bit. All right. See you guys.
Peace out, everyone. Have a good Saturday.
Let's do this again.